Hello everyone, this is Adam from Wax Pack Gods. I hope you're doing well. As I come to you today, we're just a few days away from the 2019 trade deadline, and the trade deadline always makes me think of the old Topps traded baseball card sets. Now, back in the 80s, we didn't see players in their new uniforms or players from different leagues really much during the season, and so it was always exciting when the Topps traded sets came out late in the fall, usually around Thanksgiving or so. As a Reds fan, I remember hearing a lot about a couple of middle infielders who were going to help the Reds become contenders again. One was Jeff Treadway, who was a second baseman, maybe a third baseman, and one was Stillwell, who was going to be the shortstop of the future. I also heard every once in a while a couple of rumblings about a young guy named Barry Larkin, but he was kind of farther removed from the limelight, wasn't quite ready for the majors like in the mid-'80s, but Stillwell was the guy. And so when the 1986 Topps traded set came out, I had to get my base set, of course, the 132 card box set. But as Christmas approached and I was at a card show, I happened upon a dealer who was selling 100 card lots of various players from the traded set, and one of them was Kurt Stillwell. With Christmas coming up, I was able to prevail upon my parents with a wish list for baseball cards to have under the tree, and I told them how great it would be to unwrap 100 sparkling new Kurt Stillwell Topps traded cards from that year. And lo and behold, Santa came through for me. I've written about this on waxpackgods.com, and today I was going through a closet and I came across this small box, fragile or fragile, as the kids like to say, and I knew what was inside. And so I thought I would share to you today what 100 1986 Topps traded Kurt Stillwell baseball cards look like. So as we open up this box, we'll see that there's more than just the Stillwells in here. And I might go through a couple of these other cards some other day. But for now, Stillwell is the focus. And if you've been a collector for any amount of time, or if you were a collector back in the 80s, you can see right away where the Stillwell is. Topps traded had nice white, creamy white cardstock as compared to the normal kind of mushy gray, brown cardstock. And so the Stillwells are here. So I will pull out a couple. I don't want to damage these beautiful cards. And I'll get the rest of them. So you can kind of see the brighter backs here. So here we go. This is the young man who made Reds fans' hearts go aflutter in the mid-'80s. He's one of the young men, like along with Eric Davis and Kal Daniels and others. Fresh-faced young guy in his shiny Reds warm-up jacket and his Reds helmet. And there's 100 of them. If I remember correctly, I was able to pry these loose, or my parents were able to pry these loose, or Santa was, for the bargain basement price of 25 cents a piece. So this was, $25 of 1986 money. Take a quick look at the card back. I'll get a nice trivia question there. The only Alaskan-born player in Reds history was catcher Thomas Brandon Sullivan, who played in 1925. Does that still hold true? I don't know. Anyway, I was sure Kurt was going to be the man of the future, and he was for 86, part of 86, which I guess wasn't the future at the time, and then most of 87 until Barry Larkin emerged on the scene, of course, and pushed Stillwell out. The Reds eventually sent him to the Kansas City Royals. And Stillwell was kind of a classic no-hit, good glove, middle infielder who lasted several years in the majors, but was done by about the age of 31 or so. regardless, you know, maybe he'll make a comeback someday, and then I'll be sitting on this gold mine of 100 Kurt Stillwell baseball cards. So, kind of the folly of speculation, which got a big boost in the mid-'80s and continued into the '90s, and kind of contributed to some of the card bust later on. I didn't do much speculation. This was kind of my only foray into big card lots of a single card. It was still nostalgic, makes me nostalgic to pull these out and take a look at them, especially kind of finding them, you know, stuffed in a closet like I did today. So anyway, I hope you've enjoyed looking at my 100 1986 Topps Traded Kurt Stillwell baseball cards. And it would be interesting to know if you have similar stories or similar kind of white whale or not quite hitting the promise type guys in your collecting background. So if you liked this video, please like this video and consider subscribing to the channel. You can find us online at waxpackgods.com and on Twitter at waxpackgods. Thank you very much.